I covered Birds of Prey and Infestation of One Harley Quinn, which is a 2020 R-rated film about Harley Quinn teaming up with the Birds of Prey members to stop Black Mask. And I thought it was one of my personal favorites of the DC Extended Universe. And after that, I decided to gain interest in the 2002 the WB show, Birds of Prey, where it also has Harley Quinn in it, but in a different role as the main antagonist. And this show, it actually focused on the Birds of Prey, but now Black Canary, Renee Montoya, and Huntress is actually Huntress, Oracle, and Dinah Lance, who is not Black Canary, doesn't become Black Canary technically. She is the daughter of Black Canary, but she has not truly become one. But we'll never know that because the show got canceled after just one season. Although Huntress did return to Crisis on Infinite Earths, one of the Crisis on Infinite Earths episodes of the CW, the Arrowverse, which is kind of cool. So it's about Oracle is a Barbara Gordon who of course was Batgirl, but unfortunately got paralyzed after the Joker shot her, and become an Oracle, and they all live in a headquarters in a clock tower in New Gotham, not Gotham City, New Gotham. And Batman and Catwoman have not been heard of or seen for a couple years. And from what I heard, it's supposed to be kind of set in the Burn universe, but it doesn't make sense because Joker seems to be alive when Catwoman's around, when Joker died before Catwoman was born. Technically, like Catwoman, not Selena Kyle, but Catwoman technically. And you can tell that because Batman and Catwoman look a lot like the costumes that Keaton and Fight for War in the the Burton Batman movies. And also, it kind of feels weird that in that show they say that Robin exists, like Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, but they don't show up in the show at all for some reason. And also, it's interesting that Joker is voiced by Mark Hamill, who of course the iconic voice of Joker. I wonder why they hired that. Was the actor who plays Joker physically did not give a great performance, so they just dubbed over with Mark Hamill, or they wanted Mark Hamill to quote unquote play him in live action. I don't know. But getting back on the show, what I think about the show, it's okay in a way. It's kind of not great, but it is average. I do think the characters are likable enough. I do like their dynamic. I thought Huntress was kind of a cool character, and I thought, like Huntress was probably her and Oracle are probably my favorite characters in the show. To be quite honest, I really like the characterization, the actors that played them, Ashley Scott and Dina Meyer. And I thought the episode where she encounters Lady Shiva, both where she dressed up as Batgirl, was an interesting episode. Although I had to admit her costume, I mean, obviously it's a show, a low budget show, but man, that costume looks quite cheap. And the action sequences in the show are kind of average or mid, to be quite honest. Some look decent, but others doesn't look great, to be quite honest. I thought Reese, who is played by the guy from SWAT and Sonic the Hedgehog movies, I thought he was a decent love interest to Huntress. He plays a cop. I thought they had some decent chemistry, and when they got together or became a couple at the end, I thought that was about time, honestly. I kind of thought the characterization of Dinah Leary and Harley Quinn were strange because Dinah Lance, did I say Dinah Leary? Dinah Lance, who is you might all know as Black Canary in DC. But in this, she is not technically Black Canary. Is her mom technically, who unfortunately dies in one of the episodes. And that was a great episode, honestly. Her scene, like her not like Dinah feeling a little upset at her mom for leaving her, and with her foster parents. And she tries to reconcile with her, but work out, and she unfortunately dies at the end with finding the villain. Thought that was a good episode. And same goes for the episode with Guy, who is this kid who grows up so fast and Harley Quinn tries to track him. That was a very memorable episode. I like the moments with him and Huntress. That was well done. And I thought the episode of Dark Strike was kind of cool, especially with Brian Thompson in the episode. But getting back on Dinah, she develops this weird powers. I don't know if this happens in the comics. I don't read that much comics. I have not read, and none of the comics that I've read have Black Canary in it. Cause all I know about Black Canary is that she has this sonic scream, of course, that you heard in Injustice 2, Justice League Unlimited, and the Birds of Prey movie. And I haven't seen enough of Arrow, so I don't know if she does the scream in that show, Katie Cassidy. But she does not have that ability. Instead, although she kind of closest to comes to that is when like she just yells, the glass goes shaking, and like in one of the episodes where she talks to Oracle. But she also develops these like controlling objects like doors and knives. That was really strange abilities for Black Canary, or some character who's supposed to be Black Canary. But let me know in the comments if Black Canary develops those powers. Let me know. And Harley Quinn was even stranger because if you know Harley Quinn, she's crazy. She dresses like a jester or a clown. She holds a hammer. But in this show, they said it is joke. She likes Joker, but we never see her hang out with Joker at all in the show, because Joker is barely in the show outside of a flashback sequences, but never with Harley, so that just feels a little bit forced to mention that she likes Joker. But in this show, she is not a crazy criminal. Instead, she's a sinister criminal mastermind who hypnotizes people like Huntress, Alfred, and some other characters. And I thought that was not Harley Quinn-ish. She feels like one of those characters that she just feel like that character name and only. To be quite honest, she was kind of an interesting villain, just not a great Harley Quinn adaptation at all. If I'm completely honest, and her costume at the end was just kind of bland, just a red shirt with like like a white part and black squares or diamonds like Harley Quinn does. I thought the episode with Clayface, like the two-part finale, the part 1 has Clayface in it, where he has a dark history with Hunters. I thought that was a very interesting episode, and I thought Clayface's design was okay. It kind of reminds me of The Thing, but a little sculpture-ish. I don't know. I don't know if how easy it is to adapt Clayface. We'll have to see when his movie comes out next year. But I thought this depiction of Clayface was okay in the show. To be quite honest, it was interesting take on the character. He's not an actor. He's a criminal who turns people into clay. And I thought that was interesting choice to adapt Clayface. And Huntress, although I do like her, but I also forgot to make quickly that she does not her costume was just kind of bland, just a kind of a black leatherish outfit, and she also doesn't have a crossbow like she does. So she's just a crime fighter that uses that kicks butt with her fist. Um, so and I thought, and Alfred is just fine in the show. He appears there and there, but he's with the Birds of Prey, of course. I thought overall this show is kinda average, but not a great show. To be quite honest, one of the weaker shows I've seen so far. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Birds of Prey, the TV show, in the comments below, and peace out, bye.